Yo.
Yes, yes.
What
What up?
up, what 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 up?
New
Tell
Sabbath
us.
day? Yeah,
Tell us.
man.
We zijn again here, another Sabbath indeed. Right?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
And I'm really excited about today's topic because why am I actually laughing?
uh, it's
Ah,
two
yeah,
brothers. It's two
man.
brothers, right?
Huh?
We are just jumping in it by feet, by grace.
Yeah, well, we want
Yeah, man. Yeah,
because
man.
it touches sensitive areas. You get me far.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some personal stories.
Let's.
But in all things, people would say, "Hey, what are these boys talking about, man?" Indeed, another day, restoration talk, and today we're gonna talk about why blacks don't swim. Part one of the team, the fearful, will not make it.
Mm,
So in all things, we all, of course, I think there might be some things we will laugh about, or
mm.
some might be a lot of stereotypes, and so. But the main message, please get the main message. And I think along the way we would realize what the main message is, and also remember tomorrow, indeed, there will be uh, an extensive teaching about it. Who's discussing it, by the way, tomorrow? I'm really curious.
Mm, mm, mm.
Minister Chris.
You know it will be fire. You know it will be fire.
So fire, yeah,
It will be
yeah.
fire. The watchmen will
So
be.
yeah, man. So curious,
Yeah, man.
curious, curious. I think let's just dive. Let us just dive into it. And of course, okay. I'm. I think today I was listing a list of rivers and areas and lakes and so fun. Hey, what are black people the most rivers? Which rivers or lakes are people the most afraid of? Um, and I'm curious what your list would be
Mm.
before we will dive into the rest of this.
My ish,
Or
ish,
the
ish.
videos and so will come.
Guys, this is
I'm
not
just curious.
rehearsed. This is not rehearsed. This is
It's
just
not
my plan.
rehearsed.
He's just putting it out there.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
curious.
okay.
Maybe your own personal experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I would keep it real,
Okay.
first one I think would be Suriname. You have like some. I would the first one is not Kobla Creek, but I forgot the name. But the water has a different color. The
Mm.
water has a different color. Like Cola Creek at itself, Cola Creek even I wouldn't swim there anymore. I don't know why,
Yo.
but the color is different. Now I don't know. The white people have brutalized me. I need the water to be
It's a
so
white angle, eh?
I start to I start to doubt if this thing is yeah man. I'm careful with that one. So I would say that one. And the second thing is African beaches. Because
Body
you
beach.
wasn't Castro, somebody disappeared. Somebody disappeared on a jet ski or whatnot. So
Bro,
hey,
be honest.
Charlie,
Stories, man. Not lie,
yeah,
lie.
man. I
Ho,
so
ho,
that
ho
to
for one
me,
day. Gum.
yeah, man.
Hey,
So
by the way, Drew, this is facts. I was in um I was in Ghana. Oh, was it Ghana? No, no, no.
yeah,
Ghana was it Brazil.
you, you see, Africa. I don't go to beach
I
and
I was in an I was in I don't know where, but there was all of a sudden a man came out. I don't know why, but I like the oceans in the evening times. So it was like, okay, you know what? Let me just walk by just do some beach one. Um, what's the? I just wanted to walk on the beach. So
yeah,
then all of a sudden, I was on my own. I saw a man swimming out of the water, the sea. Old man, gray bearded man. I was like, so, but I was not afraid because I don't know why, but I went to him and I asked him a question.
Ah,
Because there was a certain peer of it. He came out of it and said, "Hey, but why do you swim actually at this time and how long?" He said, "Yeah, I was swimming here for 2 hours and I do this every night, every evening." I like, but I didn't say you were old, but I was thinking, why? And at a certain point, one voice was saying, "Bro," I think it was 10 years ago, so yeah, 5 years ago. I said, "Bro, you're messing with someone with
you
people." So I was like,
and you,
yeah, man. So
wow,
it really turned me back for yeah, man. Those beaches,
wow, son
two
of
strange things can happen. But also
you,
two
you
stories came out from there.
you brutalize yourself. Wow, a black
Yeah, man.
man. You see somebody coming out of the water in the
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
and
White
you
gray bearded man.
and you're like, let
Oh
me go and
yeah,
talk with this guy. Wow, wow,
yeah.
respect, respect,
I,
respect.
I,
Wow,
I don't know why. But Cola
wow.
Creek, I don't understand why.
The water
Why would you not try to swim in Cola Creek? Because
I
I
did in the
looked it up.
past.
Eh? Wait. I want to share something. I've not even started the topic, but I really have to share something
Okay.
because people are afraid. Oh, this by the way in Dutch. There's no English page for this. Yeah, my English people. So those English, and then you translate this
Oh,
in
I see
English.
in the top right. You can try. It's that $2. I'm not sure.
Eh,
Will it work?
yeah, it works, but it doesn't have the
The
other.
full
Yeah,
thing.
because I'm curious. Why are people afraid of the same cola creek, but people are making money out of it?
Yeah,
And
that
I
is.
bet those are not black people. Can put my hands in it that those are not black people making their money out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So why are black people that always afraid of doing all these things? As you would say, you are bro for life. What? How did you mention it?
Yeah, I call it breathalyzed, but like I don't know. We have Europeanized,
So,
Westernized. Yeah, also.
and what do you mean by that?
I think like uh, I think like the ideal has now become white beaches and blue oceans, right? So when you go somewhere and the water is not blue or it's not like yeah one of those colors, then people become more hesitant. As in, why is the water this color? We
Mhm.
even become so. I would say we lack so much knowledge that even our first mindset is the water is not clean. Well,
Mm.
that might not even be the reason why, because there's a difference between salt water and I think they call it like sweet water or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But for me now, my thinking would be like, okay, why is the water not blue? Skip it. And for me, for instance, if it would be my first time, maybe I would go in the water, but I've already been there when I was like very, very young.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
now I'm like every water that is not blue, I and I know that is the Western mindset, but at this moment I don't trust it. Even blue water, I don't trust because I've seen documentaries about insects and whatnot. People go into water and you get any sickness or whatnot. So that's the first thing, and then the second thing because like especially with those type of water you have big trees and whatnot there, right? And then comes into play all those spiritual movies that are
Ah,
the combination of
so
those trees with the water that color. I'm like, okay, I'll just be cautious and steer away from anything that doesn't give me good vibes. But that's me. Everybody can do what they want. Yeah,
but
man.
do you know how to swim?
Dude, like in the
Oh,
Netherlands,
oh,
in the
oh.
Netherlands, no, no, no. In the Netherlands, you cannot.
Yeah,
No,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
you should know how to swim. So that's yeah. In the Netherlands, it's a must. Yeah, definitely. So
yeah.
you
Yeah,
are you
true.
you have your swim diplomas as well, right?
A, B,
The
C. But the fun thing about I'm diverting a bit. But the fun thing about that is I hope now, of course, they cannot do me anything anymore. So I got my I really went to A, okay, to the lessons for A, and then for my swim diploma B. I think I only went the last lesson, and then I got and then I was graduated also. And for the same time, I was like,
Uh, huh?
I don't know because I forgot those days when I don't know why I didn't have the passion to swim anymore. But it's like I just could come the last day, right? Where everybody was,
No.
hey, you go to next week we'll do diploma,
Oh.
this thing. I was like, okay, okay. So then I passed it and I could go for my diploma. But back on a serious note, would you say that also that it has also affected your faith and belief even in the Most High by giving more power or more, or that you are more afraid of
Hmm.
water spirits, water stories? Uh,
Good
yeah.
question. Good question. I'm not sure if it's necessarily fear. I think with me it's caution. Because I think that even without fear, we should be cautious about what we do, right? If you know that there is danger, for instance, I know that certain areas that are like piranhas, I believe. Yeah, I think the name in English is the same. And so it's not as if there is no reason to be like cautious about going into certain types of water. You can have snakes in the water or whatever it may be. So I think nowadays certain things have commercialized, which give you a feeling that something is safe, right? Um,
Beaches.
Obviously, in a way, it's even when you think you're safe, even when people tell you it's safe, in a way, it's still like Elohim that keeps you safe because there can be like a 1 out of 10,000 situation that happens with you, and then you still fall ill. But I think partially, maybe there's like a small part of me
Mm-hmm.
that still has been influenced by like I would call it like African voodoo movies or whatnot from before. And I think that part is something that influences your faith.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's
yeah,
see.
I think that is the part where it's
Okay.
like, okay, um, are you believing that Elohim can protect you in those situations as well? Or are you so afraid that you're like, I need to run away because they are just too strong if I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
near
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
them? And that is where I'm like, I want to grow in that, but I haven't been enough in those situations to know how I would act. So I
React.
would
Yeah.
never say like I'm over that or whatnot. But I do think that it's something that we should keep in mind. And yeah, I think it for me at least it's something that I'm working on. Like, okay, James, we have let it go. We know that Elohim is on our side, and that if you obey, that He will protect, and that while using wisdom and obeying Him,
Mm-hmm.
that is he, if He is merciful, He will have His hedge of protection around you. And yeah, but if Elohim he decides to go and do a job on you, then yeah, who knows what might befall you? So yeah, man. But
Yeah.
but do you but do you feel like those kind of things would affect you, like or yeah, affect your faith or whatnot?
Good question. I'm also curious about those in the comment section. Um,
Mm, good.
yeah. When would you say that being more fearful for the waters is basically putting the water spirits or the water element above Elohim, and does that affect your fate?
Mm, mm.
Yeah, so I'm really curious in the comments. So put it also in the comment section. I'm really curious. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm really, really, really curious what you guys think of. For me, yeah, yeah, yeah. It had effect. if I would look back and I did not realize and I did not got the understanding from Elohim is actually more in everything than we think of. I would say that yeah, I might be one of the person who would say I want to go to Gasper Plus. The only reason why I would say I would go to Gasper Plus, by the way, for
Plus
those
even. Whoa.
yeah, for those who doesn't live in the Netherlands, Gasper Plus is the cola crack van Suriname. It's the Mississippi of of America.
Wow.
Today I learned that River Antwa is the heavy one in Ghana.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be I wouldn't go to Jasper Plus. No, 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 no. And
Wow. Okay.
that in its own, yeah, then I'm basically one of the people who are part of the team, this team, the
Yeah.
fearful will make it. Because
Interesting.
the only reason why I would go to Jasper Plus because I'm an explorer, I just want to try. I just but that's not because I am I know there is an Elohim also. So
Interesting. But
I'm going
really,
because
wait,
I'm
are you telling me
curious.
so even even whilst being afraid and not knowing if Elohim will protect you, you will still go because you want the adventure?
Yeah, Jimmy, don't ask me.
I told you you westernized yourself. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
straight.
Okay. Okay.
But even on
Uh,
really on that fake part, if I have to zoom in to that fake part, I remember vividly. Whoa. I don't know why, but it was a certain period. My house, they looked Nollywood,
yeah.
Gollywood, those videos. And it
Uh,
was in the evening and they looked and I was like gang 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 gang. I have video back. I thought maybe today I wanted to
um,
show it. But those gang 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 gang. Let me
wow.
I have to share.
But
Those
the funny thing is, I was just talking with somebody actually. Like, I've never seen African parents go and swim with their children. To- even like a swimming pool, like going to like
long.
paid swimming pool. I've never in my life.
It's all I think also because it's part of it when you this.
Wow.
Do you know how scary it is? I would run. So
Oh
all,
my
all that
god.
I saw was this. I was like, nah, what?
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow.
Bro, you see this? Yeah, this.
Wow. Damn.
That night I couldn't sleep.
Oh,
I think I have to be honest, I was traumatized. I think I can say that. I was traumatized.
hey. I don't even know why our parents allowed us to see these things.
Yeah.
Like, because no, it's crazy, man. And then afterwards, he do not fear.
Yeah. And and and
God
and,
is
and
God is
so
with you.
so so when experiencing this, I realized that it did have impact on my faith.
Okay, okay,
As in
but
that whoa,
but I
Elohim
I
is
I, I want to know. I have a question because I want to know, like our parents at this point in time. I believe even our parents they know that Elohim exists and that he's bigger than anything. So why do you think that in general black people still don't swim? I just don't understand it. Do you think that they are convinced that the water spirits are stronger, or do you think that they feel like water is just from the water spirits and we're not supposed to be in the water? I honestly don't understand
yeah.
because
Oh
even
wow.
like getting baptized in like a normal way, it would be in a river. So
I
so
wouldn't mind if people will just say, if I, you know what, I just want a swimming pool instead of a river. People should seriously don't baptize themselves in house plus river. No, these are not my own words.
yeah, I don't.
But I think why? Because in all, of course, because yeah, that's a real good question, really good question. Because they know there is an Elohim that can protect them. They
Yeah.
believe in the Messiah. They would even quote, "I can do all things through the Messiah who strengthens me."
Yeah.
And I think even throughout scriptures, you would see Elohim, his manifestation also through in words. His encounter with waters was it was not always evil came out of water also. Well,
Yeah.
also, so I think they have possibly also read the Bible, but still there is still something that really
I
destroyed them. I think
yeah.
if I have to be brutally honest, because I remember before before it was not like that. Yeah? I would say years ago. I would say now it's like that. But before it wasn't like that that those waters were disrespected. We just abuse the waters. We are afraid of the waters. It's like they were one with the rivers or one with the sea. Um,
Yeah, but did people swim? That is the thing. I don't. I have never. So I know that people said maybe when they younger they swam or whatnot, but I have never heard of three African men that went to a beach.
yeah, but which generation are you talking of?
I'm talking about my dad's generation. Like,
Yeah, okay. But,
I,
let's be honest, man. They were surviving, man. They were not
yeah,
thinking of
okay,
pleasure and
okay,
fun.
but okay, but
I
now,
didn't go to the cinema, man. So how much more swimming pool?
yeah, okay,
They
okay,
were
but okay,
surviving in an unknown country.
okay. So in general, you're saying now that our parents, our fathers, they now, because now they're older, right? Now they have the availability. They would go to the beach if we would bring them.
No,
They would
no.
go
I,
into
I
the
I think
water.
it's too much within them. It's like you're asking somebody to uh uh terasepaka.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then no,
Okay,
all of a sudden I'm on, so now I have to do some. I'll just get some drinks at the
yes.
Rembrandt
Just for
Plein
five
just because
euros.
pleasure. Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah,
They wouldn't even go to the cinema.
yeah, yeah.
They
Okay,
would not
okay,
even go to the cinema. But
okay.
I do
So it's
have
not
one.
necessarily fear then.
One aspect is indeed, of course, survival. I would say that is one. But I think also the teachings might also come along with it, right? Because it's also when you hear Mami Wata, uh, and then so when you look to the sea, it's also like, oh whoa, the spirits will eat me up. But
Yeah,
meanwhile, there are some people, other races, basically making money. Actually, even the Netherlands, we are living below the sea level, but we are not afraid of that. We're
no.
actually we are in the realm. Now, actually, we are in the realm of the money.
Wow, there are levels to
Hey,
this
bro, we are in the
conversation.
realm of
Yes.
the Mami Waters. Actually, now we actually this is
Wow,
Atlantis.
wow.
If you
We're now
realize,
going
so
deep.
many people are making money. People are making money out of
Hmm.
the thing we other race, the black races are afraid of. So
Yeah,
uh, yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's actually real strange and so. And I think Brother Randy also point out a real good thing. Then how does swimming, modesty, half naked, and a believer go together?
hmm.
Yeah, because swimming was literally pleasure, was whole pleasure,
Yeah,
or surviving because you have to go from one side of the land to the other side of the land.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but I think it's well pointed. What are your thoughts on that?
I think in general, like there are ways to swim without being half naked, but in general, I do understand what he said, what he mentioned, and that is something that well, not struggle with, but what I think about as well. Like for instance, people with kids and whatnot, like we got to know how it is to go to the beach and swim
Mhm.
and whatnot, and it's like, okay, so now do we want a new generation to not know how it is to go to the beach and swim? Or to go to a swimming pool, whatnot. So these are things I am thinking about it. However, I do think that even a believer has fun. Okay, so I just think having fun should be in line with the law. So whilst having fun, we shouldn't be uh, a temptation to others, or we shouldn't be a stumbling block to others. So that is definitely something that applies in and out of water, so to speak. But again, I do think that there are always ways to do things like swimming like I wouldn't, yeah, for lack of better words, in a holy fashion, right? You
You
find
book
the
it.
right clothes, or you keep it within your family. Like something that I enjoyed a lot when I was like in the Caribbean was having a private pool. Was amazing. So I think there are options that are available. So I would definitely look into those options. And for the rest, enjoyment is not from the devil. So please, please don't have that in mind. But making enjoyment a priority, I think that is a detriment to all men. Like life is not enjoyment. So I thank the brother for bringing that in remembrance
Yeah, that's a
because
real good thing to point
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I really,
yeah,
really,
yeah. So
I
that's
really
very good one.
like
So
that
yeah,
point.
man, that's
And
me.
also while talking, because I was also really thinking about the question what you mentioned about, yeah, but still, why don't black people swim? And one aspect might be the spiritual aspects, fear, song, anything you can mention. But while we were talking, I was also looking that might there not be
This guy's cooking something, guys.
an historical reason? Because it's also a stereotype, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
It seriously is not no jokes. As in black people don't swim. It's a stereotype. So I was looking in all the different types of stereotypes. I was like, oh, so actually, it is mean. I came across an video and it says it's not it's not just a stereotype. It's history. I'll just share this video and then we'll round up.
Let's see what you're cooking.
And I'll
Ish.
just ask about your thoughts. 1 2 1 2, and then
All
I'll
right,
just
let's
show
go.
the first 10 seconds or 15 seconds. It's history. I was like, oh,
Get out! Get out!
oh, wait.
Get out!
For real.
There's three numbers I can dial. 911. Okay?
Labor Day
Get
means
out.
the end of swimming season and a chance to reflect on yet another year of blatant prejudice at pools all across America.
We are the only black people out here. And as soon as she walked up, she had something to say. I'm just here with my baby, swimming.
This is
Ish.
American tradition.
And this one I really wanted to point out. Wait.
It goes back almost 100 years.
Hey,
Chemicals inside
who's
the
that
pool
bleach?
in an effort to get the Negroes to leave.
Bleach. Oh my God.
1920s and 1930s when cities opened up large resort-like pools. It permitted males and females to use them together. And it was at that point that white swimmers and public officials imposed racial segregation.
Ah.
Especially for. What are your thoughts on that? Oh
Whoa.
yeah, then they always said the black people don't want to get there. Wait, okay, go on.
Whoa. Hey, man. I think that is, in my opinion, that is an American problem. And I
Exactly.
think
I
I
agree.
think it's
So that's
true,
why
but
so there's one from Africa, those are the
yeah,
and there's one from America and you.
yeah. Because I think in the rest of the world in general, that has not been the case. But I do believe that the 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 American media is very strong.
Hmm.
So how black people are portrayed in America has a lot effect on the rest of the world, I believe. So even like with the stereotypes, like you mentioned, with not wanting their hair to become wet because of whatnot. I was just thinking about like how Africans in general, how they like fetch water and they bathe in the rivers and whatnot. It's not like they don't know how to enter a river and swim.
Hmm.
Like maybe not swimming as in how we do it, but they know how to enter water in general. So I think we should not mistaken our like black history as in all black history around swimming is the same. But nah, I think it is something cultural. We just don't swim. I asked my parents when I was younger, at least I asked my African family why they don't swim. They told me about spirits and stuff in the water. I checked Dr. Sabi's videos about it as well, about water, and he spoke, I think, about electrolytes being in certain rivers, and the water, because of that, has like electricity and gives light, and then because of that, the water was deemed as holy or deemed as cursed sometimes, and thus people didn't enter the water unless they were allowed by a certain shaman or a certain uh, doctor, like spiritual doctor, who told them to go and bathe in that water. But otherwise, people didn't enter it. So I think it's historical, and in a way, you would say partially it's wrong because people should know that it shouldn't be superstition. But on the other hand, I find it beautiful as well because people were more aligned with nature, as in they learned how to preserve certain things that were special. So instead of polluting the water, instead of making it something commercial and inviting the whole world to come and scoop the water and use it for anointing water to spread it over the whole
Or
world.
not even that. They don't even respect the water in so much that it is dirty water.
Yeah. So
Horrible.
um, I don't know. Sometimes it's good that you have like a little bit of mystery behind certain things, just so that it
For the respect.
stays, yeah, it stays respected and untouched by I would say bad actors around the world.
So we
Yeah, man.
change those perspectives. Maybe that's a question for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
hey, maybe the guys tomorrow have some new insights on what we're supposed to do instead of fear.
Yeah.
Uh, should we instead of that spread a new uh, mindset of everybody should go and swim, or or is it not necessary about just going to swim? Is it about the mindset of being afraid, whatnot? So I think that's a thing that hopefully more tomorrow they can shed more light on.
Yeah. And also how to identify if you put waters above even Elohim, because it's also part of the scriptures that the fearful will not make it.
Mm.
So I think it would also be a reflective teaching. I also think it will be a teaching which will look inwardly because it's really close. Because I don't think the message of even either today or tomorrow will be, oh yeah, go and swim and do it. And nay, that's not the message.
Yeah.
What does swimming that what brings that much in your life? Well, I think it's more about changing the perception, breaking mental barriers, things which were misunderstood, and things which we put
Yeah.
above Elohim, and to to align things properly. So I hope,
Mm.
yeah, because still it shivers still me, or it still shivers me. If I, and we be honest, we have to be honest. So am I part
Yeah,
of it? Yes or no? Maybe you even you yourself,
yeah, man. Yeah,
in what
man.
percentage
Yeah, it's
can you
crazy.
still
Sometimes
be
I'm thinking I should
fearful?
show
Yeah,
my children just so they can relate.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So in what level of fear can we have, right? Because people are just fearful, not because maybe not
Yeah,
afraid, but just they're
definitely.
just afraid, like they're afraid of spiders. Yeah, so there are many angles to look into it. So guys,
Tomorrow.
and Shabbat Shalom.
Peace.